Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I'm here with the coach, John Brett.
And I'm here with the vet, Andy Griffin, at the top.
In the motor pool.
The motor pool.
In the motor pool of the top, yes.
Oh, the motor pool of the top.
Yes,
okay.
yes. So here we are in the motor pool. It's a little dusty, and it's the New Year's and such. And we like to talk about our resolutions. You know, everybody likes to do resolutions. I like to do them, but most of the time I'm pretty good at keeping about 4 or 5 of them, to be honest.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And then there's others that just fade off, just be quite frank. So anyway, so I think we need to talk about our resolutions since it's the new year and everything great's going to happen because it's the new year, you know.
Yeah, it's like everybody, I've been here for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, I'm on the first, I'm going to start doing this. So as I get through Christmas, I'm going to lose weight. So, whatever. I've never really been a big, okay, I'm going to start this on January 1, but thinking about what I want to do in 2021 is different to me. And there's a couple things that I wrote down that I'd like to do. You may go ahead and throw one out there? Or?
You can, or I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I kind of agree with you, coaches. I hadn't always jump started on the first. The year I said I'm going to run 1,000 miles in a year. I did around January 20th or something like that. And then toward October, I finished in October, but around August, I was sitting there going, dude, man, I could have used those 20-something days, you know? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so my first one I'll say is I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to lose some weight every month, but I'm not putting a number on it this time. I'm just saying, hey, I'm still going to eat really great food because I didn't get to do that all the time in the Army.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to work out a little bit more because I really hadn't done that this last year. You know, so it is what it is. So.
Yeah, well, I have to come back. I'm going to go back to 2020. Most people, especially if you've seen this and friends of mine, know that I did a competition for 6 full months just preparing for it. But when January 2020 rolled around, that was not even in my thought process because that was before COVID hit. I didn't know COVID. Yep. So my resolution early in 2020 was going to be, by the time that we got to be what I call boat on the lake weather or go on vacation, yeah. I was going to lose some weight. That was it. Yep. So I started eating better and whatever. But then when COVID hit, it was like I'm at home doing all these things. What am I going to do? And then I started thinking about a different type of, resolution at that time would do something different because I was turning 50. Mm-hmm. But so I don't remember. As I was driving, I don't remember any other resolution that I did on the first of last year besides I want to lose weight by the time that we go on vacation and go to the lake. So, but going forward this year, one of the things that I definitely want to do is read more. Okay. In the last few years, I was a head football coach, an athletic director, was doing the competition, teaching full time. Normally teaching 5 subjects at school, so I haven't had as much time to read as I wanted to. And this year. I'm going to make the point to take some of the time to read more.
Wow.
I love reading.
So this last year was the first year I actually got to read for fun.
Yeah.
For being in the military, reading for things I got to do there, and always in college online and things like that. I finally got to read for fun, and I kind of enjoyed some of it. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't want to see a book anymore. Speaking of reading, we got some books here from some of our people who check us out. He was here the other day, got Unleashed.
This guy here I like.
Yes.
Rucker.
Yeah, and this is Tom Crook. So we got Craig.
He signed your book.
He did. He sent it to me.
I might need one of those, Nick.
Yeah, he told all the lies. So I will say I've been married to my wife over 20 years, and started out and learned how to sprechen some Deutsch, speak some German, and as I was learning, she slapped my hand almost, not physically, but literally she slapped my hand like a little school teacher, like in the Hellman's House of Pain or something like that, man. She's like, psh. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to speak your language no more then.
Right.
And, but so I got a little older and wiser, and so I like to hear what everybody tells us to around the dinner table when they're speaking in her native language, so I'm going to try to sprechen some Deutsch.
Speak some German.
Yes.
Well, I did hear a little German when we went to Fredericksburg. It was pretty interesting. We called something a windmill, and we told it wasn't.
I don't know that name. She said.
It's not like she was cursing at us, but I was. Another one that I'd like to do more of this year as a resolution is to just love others, love other people. I don't care who they are. I think it's so easy for us to love people that can do something for us or can offer something. But I think it's what we should do more of, being especially a Christian, is, and we should be more Christ-like and just loving others when they can't do anything for us. If you see someone that's in need, help them. If you see someone that's by themselves or they're homeless, talk to them, pray with them, do something. Just love other people and make it uncomfortable if you have to. I think it's okay. I mean, of course, we're going to love our wives and our kids and our proximity, but sometimes we see other people and we should love them anyway.
I agree. And that's my last one I'm going to cover is that one. But so kind of a personal one. We kind of like our friend down there that's got some land, he's got some cows and all this other stuff, and wife wants to spread out, so I got to find our future spread. So
I've been hearing about this.
Yep. So I got to find the future spread. Ponderosa De La Griffin just didn't quite cut it, I guess. So I'll figure that out.
One of the things that came from the Kosner Day.
It is.
I mean, it's like next thing you know, those two right here talking. Well,
yeah.
Next thing you know, I don't know if I got a phone call or a text, and it was, "Thanks, John Brand. I really appreciate this crap because
I don't know if that was a good influence or bad influence for that.
It's going to be an expensive. Sure.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Another one I have is I talked about another podcast, but I really think it's a big thing for me right now. It's just being uncomfortable. And I think going into a new year, if it's your health, if it's your eating, if it's your friendships, if it's traveling somewhere you've never traveled, doing something that you just don't feel comfortable doing, do it anyway. I mean, there's a lot of, I'm 50 years old. You're what, 62?
No, not yet.
All right.
It's another few months.
Seriously, it could be the last day of your life, the last few years, whatever.
Yes.
Do something uncomfortable. And so I had a friend of mine that I went to school with. I don't know if you know Derek Douglas. I used to call him Petey. He sent me a back message once. He said, "Dude, I love this uncomfortable thing. You need to market this thing. Hashtag uncomfortable."
Yeah.
So this year, 2021, it's just hashtag uncomfortable.
Here we go. So these are not being uncomfortable for me, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to combine two. I'm going to be careful if I let anybody ever drive my Cobra again, by far, after what happened this year. That's one. It probably ain't ever going to happen. So you either
I never even got to drive the thing. Now I never get to drive.
Yeah, you're in the passenger seat or you're not.
No.
So, and then the next thing is I'm going to finish the '66 Mustang. That's a fact. That's going to happen. Sure as sun comes up in the east, sets in the west.
I have any projects I need to finish? I don't know. Probably not. I don't have a project anymore.
Well, I got another project. I need to learn to play the guitar, and that's another one.
I learned that 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Inspire others. I want to inspire others. I mean, I've had so many people say, "Oh, because," and I'm not going to talk about it every time, but to lose weight or to do something like that, everybody sees it. They want to do it. What's your secret? Whatever. But there's been many people that have inspired me that were doing that. My wife inspired me to do something totally uncomfortable doing this because she's been a competitor. The way that her body is and what she's done was total inspiration because she's 3 years older than me.
Gonna get in trouble
3 years older than me.
Going to get in trouble now.
Yeah, but anyway, by seeing what she did and what she accomplished later in life, because she didn't really start working out until she was 41, 42 years old, and what she did in the last 10 years, I'm like, I can do that. I'm athletic too. So I just do something, or I love the inspiring people thing. There's so many people, like you've inspired me to do things like, we're talking about writing a book, writing articles, doing things differently. And I think the inspiration that we get from other people and the inspiration that we can give others, that's what life's about.
I will tell you this is, I think the people that you don't know you inspire, I think have the most impact.
Man, no doubt.
Because I get calls all the time and they tell me, hey, Sergeant Major, you did this and this. I don't remember that. And man, I'm glad it impacted you. My gosh, I would have never realized that little bit meant so much to somebody. So you never know. For me, Coach, I'm going to say this is I just want to live every day like it's my last.
Sure.
Because I put a quote in the Friday Stop Ponder the other day, and I'll probably butcher it all up, but everybody worries about when they're going to die and all this other stuff. Man, just worry about living. Just have fun. Live. Make the most out of it is something I'll say.
Exactly.
Everything else, the chips will fall where they fall. And I mean, with my experience, you never know, as anybody else's, but you just never know when it's your last day. So
definitely. And I think the last part of my things that I want to do is, and you speak, and it kind of talks about that, or I kind of think about that when you talk about it, is live every day like it's your last, but leave a legacy. I mean, you could be gone anytime.
Yep.
And when you're gone, what you've taught people and about the way you've acted, the way you've inspired them, and the way you treat them and love them is going to set a legacy for you once that, for after you're gone. Like my dad's been gone 12 years. There's so many things that happen every week that he left a legacy in my life that just, some of the sayings he said, like doorknobs aren't made for women. How many times I use that a week when people say that, or ask me, why do you open doors for? Because my dad said doorknobs aren't made for women.
Yep.
But just simple things of leaving a legacy, because once you're gone, I mean, seriously, when you're 30, 40 years dead, no one's going to remember you.
No.
But if you can set that legacy up and your kids and your grandkids do certain things because of you, then I think we need to worry about leaving a legacy.
I agree. So we challenge each other. One thing is we're going to write a book. I challenge you, and I got a lot of thoughts together, and we're going to challenge each other to write a book here in peace, and knock it out. And so we'll see how that comes, but we're going to get it done by the end of this year for sure.
You know what? Let's just do it.
We are. And I wrote page 1.
Very uncomfortable. I mean, I need somebody. I thank God we have somebody that can check my punctuation.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Hold on, hold your hand out.
I
No,
know,
house
here
of
it
pains coming. So my last one is I think I was a pretty decent dude last year, and but I want to be a better dude this year. I want to be a better father, grandfather, husband. I want to be a better friend, a community partner in 2021. And I think there's always room for improvement, and that's just who I want to be. That's who I feel I am, and just to grow from there and never let grass grow underneath my feet.
Greatness.
So I think that's pretty good wrap for New Year's resolutions.
Absolutely.
We want to hear yours. That's what we want to hear. So, and if we put in another podcast, you'll see it later. But this one here, you come on our page and check us out. Got a little shop there. If you like the shirts, get them. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to get them. That's all right. We're not
I caught
mad
my
at
wife wearing hers the other day, and she had the Coach in the Vet coffee mug. So she had the
Oh,
shirt
man.
and the mug. I think I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow. I was like, take a picture, and she went like she was posing or something. I thought it was hilarious. She thinks we're going to put it on the web. We're not putting it on the web.
Yeah, I can't. My Jenny's worn my hoodie once.
Yeah.
And that's been about it. So.
I wear this one. Actually, my daughter bought this for her,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, Dad, I think it's a little bit little. I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. So from the coach.
And from the vet.
Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned.